go live right
There we
now.
go.
Yes, here we are. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Happy, what day it is? Oh my goodness, I always forget the days.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, right? It feels like it was like forever, you know. So anyway, I'm here with a very dear business partner, Raza Aziz, right? From Toronto, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
Excellent. And just wanted to have the opportunity to interview him because I saw, Raza, I saw your video on one of the live webinars long time ago. I don't know, maybe 2 months ago or something like that. I'm like, wow, this guy knows his stuff and he's very well spoken. And I felt like you must be you have a background in public speaking or business coaching or things like that. And then it was short after that you reached out to me and wanted to have a quick chat with me, you remember? And then so I remembered and I watched your journey going forward. I really like the way you do your business. You have your own brand, you have your own signature in everything you do. So I just wanted to interview you for the people in who are following me, and maybe tell people who you are, who Raza is.
That I may be a machine, but that is not the case. I'm a husband. I'm a dad to a gorgeous 12-year-old daughter. Nice. Like you said, I live here in Toronto, and I've really if you really go into my background a little bit, my parents are originally from Pakistan.
Nice. Excellent.
I was born in Kuwait in the Middle East. Dad was working over there. So that's how my journey kind of started. We actually came to Canada during the Gulf War. So we were in the war for a little bit, and then we kind of snuck out of there. That's a whole journey in itself, and kind of came in here. So now I've been here for like 31 years in Canada.
Oh my goodness, that's great. Yes.
Yeah, it's really great. So that's a little bit about me.
And Raza, what are you still working full time like me, or you are doing this mostly full time right now?
So no. I have a client that I work with. So years ago, after reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I decided to move from the employee quadrant down to self-employed quadrant.
Yes.
So I've been self-employed for a little while, and what I do is, professionally speaking, I represent founder-led organizations on these companies' ideas and high ticket offers from stages and conferences and stuff like that. So most of the time, prior to the pandemic, I had an opportunity to pretty much really worked hard on building it. So I still work with that one client right now, but everything is online. So
that's amazing. I like your voice. You have a very nice voice. You could be a speaker in the radio as well.
There you go. Hey, I'll line up that as an option in the future.
No, that's good. That's good. My voice is like.
What are you talking about? I love listening to you. I've listened to you so many times.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. I was in the park playing with my my niece the other day in Newmarket, and there was a guy who came to me. He was wearing his glasses, and he said, "Oh, I recognize your voice." And I'm like, "Okay." And then he's like, "You're Neda, right?" And I didn't know him. I thought maybe he's one of my colleagues. And he told me that he's in the same business community doing this online business, and he has been following my journey. And I was so,
that's amazing.
I was so proud of myself. I felt like, oh my goodness, I'm a celebrity. And I was telling everyone,
no
these
kidding.
people know me.
No kidding.
But I'm just a normal person. There's absolutely nothing special about me. I'm doing silly things, making a lot of mistakes, and I'm just working really hard. The only thing special about me is that I really work hard, and maybe because I'm coming from similar country as you. I'm originally from Iran, grew up not very rich. with a lot of problems, and went through war as well, and immigrated at a very young age, around 20, went and lived in Yemen. I was just a young girl, and cried a lot for years, staying away from everyone I loved. And that experience made me a stronger person, and I don't take anything for granted. I know every single blessing is a blessing. The fact that I can talk to you now and I can sit in front of a camera is a blessing. Tomorrow, I might be hit by a bus and I'm like half paralyzed. I can't even speak. So we can't take anything for granted. So I'm just so grateful for this business. But what I like and also grateful is connecting me to people like you, you know, that and that's a good thing about this business, that we don't know each other, but we're supporting each other and helping each other. And that's the best part, because in the corporate world, there are a lot of people that who may not want your best interest, right? Raza, in terms of a training program that you went through with this online, I keep telling my followers that we have people from 17 years old to 74 years old. I'm not saying that 17 years old is smarter than a 74 years old, but probably is more tech savvy, more familiar with YouTube channels, because we teach people how to make YouTube channels, how to do advertising on YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. And, you know, like Facebook has so many different campaigns. We have traffic ad, lead generation ad, engagement campaign, and all these campaigns are tailored for a special purpose. And depending on which country you want to run your business, because this business you are doing is international, you could be utilizing all of those and getting the advantage of the algorithm of those the platform you're using to create income, right? Without the need to talk to anyone and without the need to sell anything to anyone. I hate selling to anyone. I would never be involved in an online business that I have to talk to people. But what was your experience with the training? Did you find it easy, tricky? Just
yeah. I feel like I don't want to miss a point. I will answer that, but there's something that you mentioned a little bit earlier that I want to kind of address. You were talking about that gentleman that you met at the park and he recognized you and everything like that. And you're saying that, you're not a celebrity and everything like that. I think the key thing that a lot of people get attracted to is that you are an action taker. And I think there's such a shortage in this world of people who stay in their doubts and in their fears and never really break through that barrier. And as soon as you do, you become an attractive persona to so many people. We all have dreams and we all have goals and aspirations and everything like that. And of course, when we go to reach those dreams, goals, and aspirations, because they're so out of our comfort zone, whenever we go stretch, it is going to be uncomfortable. And most people will give up because it becomes hard.
Yes.
Well, the question really I ask people, and even my mentees, is are you most people? Right? Because if you are most people, this may or may not be for you, because you are going to be learning new things. You are going to be going in places where you've never gone before. That reminds me of Star Trek now. Boldly go. Although I've built a great career in professional speaking and really sales, I personally have no issues with it because it's something I trained myself over the past few years. But you're absolutely right. I mean, having a system do the work for you and have online mechanisms, tools working for you is just beautiful. You have a lot of leverage. As far as going through the training is concerned, I don't come from a background of running an online business. So I had never done this before. So I put myself in the same category of people who've never done this before. So for me, the training had to be very relevant and had to be simple to follow. Simple to follow. I generally don't use the word easy. I don't look for easy. I look for simple. And so if you're watching this right now, whoever's watching this, you have a Facebook account or you're watching on YouTube or something like that. Well, listen, you have all of the tech knowledge necessary for you to do this. I'll tell you, with me, I played the videos on one side and I applied in the other half of my screen. And just went to click, and just, most of the modules that I went through, one of the things that I found is that they're updated so relevant, so promptly, because the world of social media and online advertising where we revolve, and Nada, I'm sure about you, because I know I had no idea of this world, like how
Yeah.
it operates. I knew
Same.
of it, I didn't know how it operates, and it
Yeah.
changes so quickly. So the
Yeah.
training had to be relevant,
Yes.
and that's what I found, that I was working with top-notch, relevant training and applying it, and that training allowed me to get up and running with my online business, generating leads, and within 3 to 4 weeks time frame, right?
Yeah. And that's
And
amazing.
that is monumental in the online space.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. It is very strange. I still can't believe I'm making more than my full-time job as an engineer. It didn't happen in the month first. First month I just made $400. That was like not too much, but I was so grateful even for any penny that I made. I was reading magic, because our online business encourages you to be grateful, and also forces you to do exercise at a certain rank. You need to be doing like weekly like physical exercises to stay fit mentally, because they realize that people who work online, they sit on their laptop most of the time, their neck is down, so they need a lot of workout and stuff like that. I don't think my manager ever cares if I what kind of physical condition I have, but this online business really cares about their team's health, mental and emotional health, right? And also, of course, the physical health with the products and everything. But how about the income? Of course, we can't talk about that, but were you happy with the results you were getting compared to your job before this? Were you like me? I'm still in shock. I am still in shock. My brain is the brain of somebody who graduated from university in mechanical engineering 20 years ago. And I'm like, okay, there is no one should be able to make more than a lawyer or a surgeon or an engineer. And then I come to this business and I see a lot of people have a high school diploma, never been to university, never had any higher education, making more than a lawyer, making more than a surgeon. And they have to pay, of course, 40% tax on it. This is a legitimate business. They give you T4 if you're in Canada. If you're in US, you get W9. Though it doesn't matter which country you are, you have to pay tax on it. But still, even if you pay tax on it, it's a lot of money, right? So how is your experience with that? Were you happy with the results?
So, see, I grew into that. I realized the potential of it, but I grew into it. When you're talking about income, you also have to see how much time you're putting in there. And as I started this business, when I had a chat with my mentors and coaches, they said, if you can allocate, 2 or so hours to your business every single day, then you can put things in place and continue to grow it. I'm like, I can do 2 hours. I mean, I lead a busy lifestyle, not only working with this client, I've got my family here and all of that stuff. I've got, my parents and I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then I realized as I continue to build this business, I'm like, hold on a second. I'm only spending like, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And that too, I'm not picking up the phone and making any sales calls to anybody or doing product demonstration and everything like that. I'm doing stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff like this. I'm posting on social media. I'm educating my prospects. I'm creating content, stuff that I didn't do before. Learn to do that, and then I notice the checks come in, and I'm like, let me just kind of calculate my hourly wage here, right? And it was just, I'm like, okay, so I'm doing about 2 hours over here and I'm generating this much. I'll tell you, within a short period of time, I'm not saying that everybody can do that. There are people with less knowledge than me, with less experience than me, that have done a lot more. But for me, I had seen, I'm like, okay, you know what is my first measure? My first goal was that I need to do about, total about $100,000 in sales, right? Like in total sales volume, right? I'm not talking about income here. I'm talking about total sales volume.
Yes.
And I gave myself, I'm like, that $100,000 in a year should be good. Yeah. When I hit that in like a 5-month time frame, and I'm like, oh, hold on a second, like there's something, something here. And it was because it was not just my effort. It was because I was leveraging the internet, which is
Yes.
on 24 hours,
Yes.
which when I'm sleeping, somebody's looking at my business or somebody's looking at the products or the offers that I have in place. I'm not telling them to do that. They just found me online.
Yeah.
And it's really just been, you know, one of those things that there's a new possibility. I always keep this card with me here. I don't know if you can see it. It says success has been figured out. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you want to do. I have I've hired a coach for my nutrition and my fitness and all of that stuff. Success in that arena has been figured out.
Yes.
Success in real estate, it's been figured out. Success in online business has been figured out. So what is my job now? My job is to walk the path. It's just to see what those steps are and then create the mixture that is right for me and just go. And this is really key. Instead of me trying to figure things out, that I just follow the system that is in place to be able to lead me towards the kind of incomes that, you know, you and many others who are ahead of me are making.
I didn't start making those income also from day one. It took me maybe 4 or 5 months to make those 5-figure months, but it has really changed my family's life. We never had savings before I started this business. And I'm not ashamed of saying that. Some people, I was doing coaching call with some lady, amazing lady in Sweden, and she was like, you guys are poor. And I'm like, no, we're not poor. We have jobs. We're living a comfortable life. But in North America, everything is so expensive. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this business was because I really wanted to pay off our house mortgage a little bit faster. And we're not one of those people who buy brands and anything like that. You know, you just say you spend millions of dollars like every year. No, I mean, in my whole life spending things. No, we never did that. But everything is so expensive that's why I started doing. So a lot of people are asking, so what is it, how they can see if this is a good fit for them as well or not? I'm like, you know what, first register in the website. Raza is going to put his website under this video, and I'm going to put, you can see it here, my website. Just watch the free information session. The first time I watched it, I just absolutely disliked it. I was like 99% sure these people are a scam. I was like, these people are like paid actors and actresses. I was completely disappointed because I thought, you know what, this is something that could work for my family. And then I watched it the second time or third time, and I really was impressed because the people who were presenting really inspired me. And I'm like, you know what, the second step, I'm going to go to the second step. And the second step was getting into the 30-day trial. Trial is a paid trial. The information session, which you get access to, is free. But for the trial, you pay $149. And I was like, you know what, even if these people are a scam, I'm just going to lose my $149. But then I paid that $149, and immediately I got a receipt. I'm like, oh my goodness, scammers will never give you a receipt. Scammers take your money and bye-bye. You know, they will never give you a receipt if they want to scam your money, right? And then I came to the community and I looked at the income, and I called my sister. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Is this real? And my sister goes, no. This is for sure it's a scam. There's no job that can pay this much money. And definitely this is a scam. And I talked to one of my best friends, the same thing. So everybody I spoke with, they said it's a scam. But in my gut feeling, something was pushing me forward. Yeah. Everybody was telling me don't do it. Every single person was telling me don't do it, except for my gut feeling. And I talked to my husband, and thank God Michael was on board. He's like, you know what, go for it. And if you don't do it now, it's going to be too late in 5 years. And he was right, because there's a lot of online businesses that are emerging. And in 5 years, who knows how algorithm of YouTube is going to be like, or algorithm of Facebook or Instagram. This system has been around for 49 years offline. It has been around for about 4 or 5 years online. It's working. It's generating good income. It's not a get rich quick. You're not going to come here and start making $10,000 a month first month. If somebody told you that's the case, just know that this is a scam. Just run for the hills. Run for the hills. But you will be making that amount of money in less than a year, a month. And that's something that as a professional engineer, I will never, ever be able to make that. So think about all the people's lives you can bless with. Because when you make a decision about starting an online business, it's not just all about you. It's about the duty you have to your community, to your parents, to your neighbors, and to everyone, right? If you're making a lot of money, then you can help other people as well too, right? And where did you, Araz, or where did you run your countries? Which regions of the world have you run your business?
So I've been focused mostly on Canada. And I tested Australia for a little bit, but with the time zone and my commitment that I had, I was really finding it really tough. So I moved away from that, and then so now it's Canada and the U.S. So North
Canada
America.
and US. Mostly
Yeah.
North America. Interesting. You said you were born in Kuwait. I have run my business in Kuwait, and I have had great success. Same for Egypt and Dubai and UK, France.
Dubai is an arena that I've been thinking about.
Yes.
I just don't know
Definitely.
the demographic too much yet.
Yes.
But yeah,
definitely try it. There has been some great improvements in the platform we're running in Dubai with the Dubai law, because every country you're advertising, their regulations are different. So it's very, like in Europe, I have run my business in Germany, in UK, in France, and they're all different. So definitely you can run this business anywhere in the world. I have also tested South Africa. I have had some successes. I didn't focus on it too much, but Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and I have so many people that I'm coaching who are from New Zealand and Australia. It's amazing market for online businesses, and there are so many amazing people out there who are using the system to create, income online. And that's the thing about the online businesses. You don't have to have any experience. But you need to really have a strong why. You need to really want this to work. It was some nights that it was hard for me to stay up at night, because I work in the construction industry and I'm coming home and I have to take care of my twins. By 9 o'clock, I'm pretty much dead tired. But I'm like, you know what? Watching Netflix is not going to make me money to pay off our house mortgages. It's not going to give me savings. This business is giving me savings. It's changing my life. So get up and work hard.
And that's such a great point. Although it almost sounds like a cliche that you don't need a lot of experience, but you need a big why. I'll tell you something. I mean, if you attempt something, being half into it and half out, it's really not. You can be assured that it is not going to work for you, and you can be assured that whenever you take on something new, you are going to hit a brick wall. You have to hit a brick wall. I was reading this book. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Winning, right? By Tim Grover. And he talks about that winning at anything, winning demands that you overcome hurdles. It demands that. And it is the only way that you are going to be able to taste the success, the winning, in any arena. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're talking about this online business, whether you're talking about your job, your career, your relationships, your fitness, doesn't matter what it is. It requires you. And as soon as you start playing that big game, kaboom, something is going to blow up in your life that you are going to be like, oh, I'm thrown off now. And that's what, again, I'll say this, most people would be thrown off. And if you are most people, then got it. But if you are aiming to be part of the few who actually take up the challenge of changing their lives and the lives of their loved ones, then winning demands that you break down that wall. And this is why that you're saying that, having that big enough why. Making money is not a big enough why, right? Like it's not, because if it was, everybody would be doing that, right? There has to be something driving. My daughter, is 12 years old. Yes, of course, all of our kids are wise. To me, I want to be life. I want to show her that example of living outside of the comfort zone and experiencing breaking through. I talked to her about how the world is changing. You were talking about that lady you were talking from Switzerland, maybe, that, you're all poor kind of thing. You don't need to be poor to be able to have a side business or to look at the world out there. I mean, Nida, you're in the Toronto area. I mean, real estate prices are ridiculous right now, like seriously ridiculous. And to be able to catch up with inflation, corporate jobs are not giving raises that are keeping up with inflation. So to be able to create alternative means, I think that's the way to go right now. And whatever you're able to make it happen.
And you don't have to hate your job in order to do that. I love my job, but this business has given me an extra, security. So if something is changing in the construction industry, I'm going to be fine, right? It doesn't mean that I was just looking for something to quit my job right away. No, not at all. But at least I know I have a backup plan. So as a result of that, I'm much more confident because I know I have a backup plan. And I do my job even better, right? And in terms of the success, some people were saying, like, what is your secret for success? To be honest with you, I'm just a regular person. Raza is just a regular person. For me personally, what has worked is hard work. I was always stay tuned in. We have weekly masterminds in our community twice a week, every single week. I really don't know how the founders of this business can do it every single week. In the winter, in the summer, oh my goodness, this is a lot. But they put really a lot of their heart into this, guys. This is huge, And we go to those masterminds and we learn all the latest techniques about YouTube, Facebook, this and that. And we have our training program that is updated every single day. They're updating something because Facebook wakes up every day and like, okay, what can I do in my platform today? How can I make it better? Boom, something changes. We as social media marketers, we have to change everything because Facebook decided to change or Google decided to change, right? So it's huge. This is all money, right? And paying that $149, if you decide to come, they will use that to build your website. If they will use that to train you, they will build your sales funnel for you, your email marketing campaign for you. They will train you on 6 platforms: YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And to be honest with you, just search, go to Google now and search for YouTube courses. I promise you won't find any course less than $2,500. And most of them, they only teach you YouTube. They won't teach you Google. They won't teach you Pinterest and LinkedIn and Facebook and Google. None of them will build your website. None of them will give you a mentor and a coach. And then the other thing people are asking me, well, is this a job? No, this is not a job. This is not a job. This is not like a typist job that you go and start making money from day one. This is a business. It requires time and money investment. But the time and your money you will put into this business, you will get thousands of that, way more than that. The potential that you get and the business that you get is unbelievable. You don't have to be from a specific country. I came to this business, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a lot of Canadians, a lot of Americans, there's a lot of Filipinos. So maybe this is not for Persians, but I was completely wrong. It's for everyone. We have Black, we have white, we have Asians, we have Europeans, we have people from all different walks of lives who are using this platform to generate income for their families, to change the world, right? So I'm forever grateful for this opportunity, and thank you so much, Raza, for your time. You accepted my request at such a short time. Before we close this, do you have any final words for the people who are watching this?
That, of course, if you've never done anything like this is scary. This is the unknown territory, and there's a lot of uncertainty. And quite frankly, if you want the results that you've never had in your life, you have to step into that arena. And if you simply let doubt and fear just block your way, quite frankly, you probably, I'm going to say, you're being selfish because you're only looking after yourself. There are a lot of people counting on you. There's your family, your kids, the people that look up to you. And you got to take on a journey that is bold and that allows you to face your fears and your doubts. And ultimately, you will be as confident as Nida right now. She is happy. She is, I love her energy. And believe it or not, when I was scoping out this business, I was watching her videos, so she knows I'm a huge fan of hers. Right?
Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. Thank you so
yeah.
much. I didn't have any idea. I didn't know. I'm just a normal person, seriously. But
and that's what makes you special, right? And everyone has that capability of being able to do that. And it all requires you breaking through your fears and your doubts and ultimately making it happen for you and your families.
Thank you so much, Raza. I really, really love the way you do your business, and I really love the way you run it with integrity. And I'm seeing your success in our private group. Hopefully, the people who are watching it, if they like the information session, they will also come inside our private group, see your successes and see my successes, and hopefully they are inspired. And I pray that this works for them as well as too, because
Absolutely.
I was very skeptical, and to be honest with you, I didn't know if I can make a penny from this business. It happened to be the biggest blessing of my family's life. Thank you so much, Reza. Have a beautiful day. I really would like to see you sometime in Toronto. Okay, so
absolutely, we'll make it happen.
Yes, I think first week of July things are gonna open up. So I'm gonna message you, and then maybe we can have a go live together, sitting in a coffee shop, drinking coffee, and we should get all the
Starbucks kind of
guy doing as well.
All right.
We can have a live Q&A. Anyway,
we'll
thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day. Bye. Bye.